Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So today we are going to continue into the last subtopic for second last lah for chapter 5, which is we are going to find an inverse function. So as you can see here, I have put how to find an inverse function by using a formula f inverse x is equals to x. Okay, so f inverse x ni referring to a composite function. Maksudnya f composite with f inverse x, you are going to get x. So that is how we find our f inverse. Okay, so and also as you can see here, saya ada highlight kan yang domain of f is equals to range of f inverse, and range of f is equals to domain of f inverse. So these are very important to find f inverse. Okay, so first, here says that if f is a one-to-one function, then the inverse of f denoted by f inverse is the function formed by reversing all the ordered pairs in f. Okay, so pendekkan cerita, if the question said show that f inverse exists, so what you have to do is you have to show that f is a one-to-one function. Okay, one-to-one function. Let's say lah the question said determine whether f inverse exists. Okay, ataupun determine whether f has an inverse. So apa yang kamu kena buat, kamu kena show that f is a one-to-one function. Apa tu one-to-one function? Back to the first subtopic. Okay, which is ada dua cara, algebraic dan juga by using graphical method. Okay, so if f is not one-to-one function, then f inverse does not exist. Maksudnya tak ada f inverse lah. Okay, so here's are the properties of f inverse. Macam ini apa yang saya cakap, f inverse is a one-to-one function, and then both of these apa yang saya cakap tadi, and then ini ialah composite kita lah. Alright, so let's say if the question give you f gx is equals to x and gfx is equals to x. Okay, so composite of f and g is equals to x, composite of g and f is equals to x. So question dekat sini dia suruh state the conclusion. So what is your answer? Since kita tahu f inverse is equals to x, let's say f inverse is equals to x, f inverse is equals to x. So apa yang kita boleh concludekan dekat sini ialah f x inverse of gx, and vice versa lah. Maksudnya gx pun inverse of x juga, and vice versa. Okay, kenapa? Sebab kita dah state dah tadi the formula for f inverse, the property of f inverse is f inverse is equals to x, or terbaliklah f inverse fx equals to x. Okay, that's all for the introduction. So let's just go to the examples. So saya tahu masa XPM kamu ada belajar banyak cara. Okay, in fact untuk composite pun ada yang menggunakan cara yang saya akan ajar. Okay, so saya nak kamu guna cara yang ini. Okay, so let's say the question said find the inverse of fx. So the first thing that you have to write is the property, which is f inverse x is equals to x. So ini wajib kena tulis. Apa pun cara yang kamu gunakan, ini wajib kena tulis. The properties wajib kena tulis. Okay, so masa XPM mungkin ada yang tulis let y equals to f inverse x. Okay, boleh guna, tapi ini wajib kena tulis dulu. So now f inverse x tu maksudnya composite function lah. Okay, composite function maksudnya f composite dengan f inverse, we are going to get x. Okay, so now kita ada function fx kita ialah x minus 3 over 2, which is kita punya f inverse ini kita akan substitute dekat x kita. Okay, so we are going to get f inverse x minus 3 over 2 is equals to x. So the next thing that you have to do, just jadikan F inverse kamu sebagai subjek lah. So we are going to get F inverse X is equals to 2X plus 3. So there you go, you got your F inverse. So kalau kamu perasan kat sini, kalau kita pernah buat find you are given one composite function, given another composite function. So kalau kita tengok kat sini, kita pakai F inverse X kan. So maksudnya kamu nak cari yang dalam. So kalau kita nak cari dalam, kita buat apa? Kita substitute ataupun kita let, kita substitute. So konsep yang sama sebenarnya. Okay, so kalau dalam, kita substitute kan. Macam soalan yang ini, kamu nak cari yang dalam, so kamu substitute kan function dia dekat dalam sini. Okay, function yang kamu nak cari dekat dalam ni. So for this question, kita nak cari F inverse, so kita substitute kan dekat dalam X kita. Okay, so next, let's go to question B. We have gx equals to 3x minus 1 over x plus 5 with domain x is not equals to negative 5. So macam saya cakap, benda yang wajib tulis is the properties. Apa pun cara yang kamu guna, we have to write the properties first. So g inverse x is equals to x. Okay, kamu nak guna let y? Silakan, tapi please saya recommend untuk guna cara ini. Okay, gunalah cara ni, jangan guna cara lain. So here we have g composite with g inverse equals to x. So now what we have to do is we just have to substitute this x and this x with g inverse. So you're going to have 3 g inverse x plus minus 1 over g inverse x plus 5 is equals to x. Okay, so macam saya cakap tadi, kalau kamu let y, ini akan jadi y, ini akan jadi y kan. So apa yang kita kena buat untuk cari g inverse kita satukan dia lah. So kita simplifykan dulu. 3g inverse x minus 1 is equals to x. Here we are going to get g inverse x plus 5. And then if we expand this, we are going to get x g inverse x plus 5 3g inverse x minus 1. So we want g inverse. Okay, we want g inverse here. G inverse ni bayangkanlah dia sebagai y, satu term. So if we want to find G inverse, kita satukan dia, kita bawa dia pergi sebelah sini, and then we factorize. So kita buat satu-satu lah. 3G inverse x minus x G inverse x equals to 5, sini x tinggal 5x plus 1. So here we factorize G inverse x, which is we are going to get 3 minus x equals to 5x plus 1, and lastly we are going to get our g inverse x equals to 5x plus 1 over 3 minus x with domain x is not equals to 3. Okay, so this will be your final answer for your g inverse. Okay, so that is how we find our g inverse. Make sure to write the properties first. F inverse equals to x ataupun depends on the function lah. Okay, so now let's go to how to find domain and range of inverse function. Macam saya cakap tadi, domain of f ialah range of f inverse and vice versa. Okay, so let's see, this is x, this is y. So kalau domain of f, ini ialah fx so f inverse dia akan sama dengan range of f inverse. Okay, range of f kamu pula akan sama dengan domain of f inverse kita. Alright, lagi sekali saya tulis, domain of f is equals to range of f inverse. Range of f is equals to domain of f inverse. Alright, so let's see what is the relationship between graph of f and f inverse. Okay, kalau kamu tengok kat sini, let's say if we have function fx and we have function f inverse, the graph should be looking something like this. Okay, when the question said sketch graph f and f inverse, what you have to do is, the first thing you have to draw first, before you sketch fx and f inverse, kita kena draw line y equals to x. Okay, which is ini, line ni, y equals to x. Kenapa? Kerana fx dia akan reflect dekat y equals to x. Okay, sorry, fx dengan f inverse akan reflect dekat y equals to x. Let's see. Contohlah, ini ialah kertas A4 kamu. Okay, so kalau kamu lipat dekat y equals to x ni, graf ni akan reflect dengan graf yang ini. Okay, so sama macam dekat sini. Let's say lah, ini ialah kertas. Kalau kita lipat garisannya dekat y equals to x ni, ini ialah graf gx kamu. Okay, g inverse dia macam mana pula? Dia akan reflect dengan graf gx kamu. So the first thing that you have to do if the question asks to sketch fx and f inverse, kena lukis dulu y equals to x. Okay, so kamu tahu dia reflect dekat mana. Okay, one more thing, if the question said show relationship between f and an f inverse. Okay, so macam saya cakap tadi, the answer should be, kita akan lukis sketch graph f and f inverse reflect at y equals to x. Okay, alright, so let's see example 8. Given fx equals to x minus 1 square plus 2 for x greater and equals to 1. Okay, so we have a domain here, x greater and equals to 1. Let's write it as domain of f 1 to infinity. Okay, automatically by using properties, kita dah dapat kita punya range of f inverse kita. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab domain of f is equals to range of f inverse. So now the first thing the question said, find f inverse x. So macam saya cakap tadi, first kita akan tulis properties kita, which is kita ada f inverse x is equals to x. Okay, so ini wajib kena tulis. So now kita just selesaikan composite kita, which is we want to find f inverse, which is kita tulis sebagai composite f inverse x is equals to x. Okay, so function f kita ialah ini. Apa yang kita kena buat ialah kita kena substitutekan f inverse dekat dalam x kita. So kita akan dapat bracket f inverse x minus 1 square plus 2 equals to x. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to make f inverse as subject lah. So susun satu-satu, susun perlahan-perlahan. Kita ada f inverse x minus 1 square is equals to x minus 2. And then we have square ni pindah sebelah, dia akan jadi square root. Square root je ke? Betul. Apa yang betul? Plus minus. Okay, plus minus x minus 2. Okay, so ada minus 1 kat sini. So we will have our f inverse x is equals to plus minus square root x minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so kalau kita tengok dekat sini, kita ada f inverse x is equals to square root x minus 2 plus 1 and also minus square root x minus 2 plus 1. Okay, kamu ada satu function je kat sini with domain x greater and equals to 1. So tak logik untuk f inverse kamu jadi 2. So how to decide whether it is positive or negative? Kita akan refer to range kita. Okay, range of apa? Range of f inverse kita. Kalau kamu tengok kat sini, range of f inverse kita dapat berdasarkan domain yang dia bagi. Okay, so since range of f inverse kita ataupun range kita refer to y kita greater and equals to 1, so we have to choose the positive square root. Okay, so kita akan buat f inverse is equals to positive square root x minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so siapa yang tak nampak, contoh saya ada graph. Okay, so by now kamu dah kena tahulah semua basic shape of your square root graph. Okay, both of this dia akan reflect dekat y equals to 1 kan. Okay, sorry, starting point dia ialah 2, 1. Okay, jangan kisah pasal tu, kita kisah yang pasal ni. Okay, kita ada positive square root and negative square root. Okay, which is positive square root x, negative square root x. Okay, positive square root x, negative square root x. So the thing here, dia kata range kita greater and equals to 1. Okay, so greater and equals to 1. Saya buat ikut soalan lah. Okay, kita ada dekat sini graf kita, which is kita ada kita punya apa nama tu, starting point kita 2 1 dekat sini. Ini 1, ini 2 here. Okay, sekejap lagi dia akan suruh kita lukis juga tu. So here is y is equals to square root x minus 2. Here is y equals to negative square root x minus 2. Okay, so tadi kita dah decide range of f inverse kita greater and equals to 1 sebab sama dengan domain of f kita. So bila dia cakap greater and equals to 1, maksudnya yang kita akan pilih ialah this one sahaja. Okay, boleh nampak kita akan pilih yang this one sahaja, which is positive square root x minus 2. So ini kita tak pilih lah. Okay, so that is how we choose positive square root x minus 2 only, because of the range of f inverse. Okay, so next the question said state the domain and range of f and f inverse. Tinggal f kat sini. So domain of f kita dah ada. Domain of f is 1 to infinity, which is kita ada juga range of f inverse 1 to infinity. Okay, yang kita tak ada ialah range of f dan juga domain of f inverse, which is both of these sama kan. So instead of, so sekarang penting untuk kamu tahu macam mana nak cari algebraic, guna algebraic method lah. Nak lukis graf pun boleh, tak ada masalah. So kalau kita fokus dekat fx kita untuk cari range kita, kita kena jadikan x kita subjek. Why not kita fokus dekat f inverse kita. Okay, so the condition here is our f inverse. Okay, the condition here ialah di sini, yang dalam ni. Okay, condition yang kat dalam ni, since dia dalam square root, x minus 2 have to be greater and equals to 0. So x have to be greater and equals to 2. So that is your domain for f inverse, which is 2 to infinity, and automatically you will get your range for your f, 2 to infinity. Okay, so without sketching graph, kita dah dapat domain dengan range. Okay, contohlah kalau soalan ni tak ada, you can just state like that. Okay, so the last question is sketch the graph of fx and f inverse x on the same axis. When the question said on the same axis, wajib kena letak dia on the same axis. Okay, so let's draw our axis. Macam mana ni? So x dengan y jangan lupa. So macam saya cakap tadi, the first thing that you have to sketch, you have to draw bila soalan suruh sketch f dan f inverse is line y equals to x. Okay, so kita buat y equals to x dulu. So y is equals to x. We know that both of these graph will reflect here. So kita lukis dulu graph fx kita kat sini. So quadratic, positive quadratic, graph senyum with minimum value 1, 2. So label 1, 2. 1 here, 2 here. So 1, 2 dekat sini. Okay, so the graph should be looking something like this. Tetapi the domain is x greater and equals to 1 sahaja. So kita akan lukis ke sebelah kanan sahaja. Okay, so this is your fx. Okay, for f inverse pula, ini ialah graph square root, which is saya dah lukis dah sebenarnya kat sini. So the starting point, graph square root ada starting point. Starting point is 2, 1. Okay, so starting point is 2, 1. Macam saya cakap, sekarang kamu punya basic shape, macam mana nak sketch graph, kena dah master lah. Okay, so here is 2, 1. So shape, positive x, positive y, which is dekat first quadrant lah. So dia akan naik macam ni. Okay, lari sikit lah, tapi boleh lah. So this is your f inverse. Okay, so as you can see here, kalau kita lipatlah kertas ni dekat garisan ni, inilah kita lipatkan, dia akan reflect. Kat sini macam tak nampak sangat kan, tapi kamu lukislah cantik-cantik. Okay, so that is how we sketch our fx and f inverse on the same axis. Okay, so for this one, Mr. DIY kita, you can do it by yourself. I can give you the answer for F inverse, which is your F inverse X is equals to X square plus 2. Okay, so and also I can give your answer for domain F is 2 to infinity and the range of F is 0 to infinity. Okay, the rest you can do it by yourself. Okay,